Have you ever felt like you just can't get someone out of your head? Maybe it hits you right before you drift off to sleep, when everything else is calm, but your mind is a whirlwind. This person pops into your thoughts, uninvited, again and again, as if their presence is inexplicably tied to yours in a way you can't quite grasp. It might not even be someone you interact with daily, yet there they are, in your most intimate thoughts, invading your quiet moments, your spaces of reflection, and you wonder, why this person of all the people I know won't leave my mind? The truth is, this isn't just a coincidence. It's not a simple whim of your subconscious. This kind of recurring thought holds a deeper meaning, something that goes far beyond what your rational mind can explain. If you stick with me until the very end of this video, I promise to help you understand the true spiritual significance of constantly thinking about someone. We're not just going to decipher what's happening. We're going to explore how these mental echoes can be triggered by energies that transcend the physical. Imagine for a moment, what could happen if you truly understood the hidden message behind these thoughts? The answer will absolutely astound you. Before we dive headfirst into this powerful topic, I want you to take a moment. Think about that one person you can't get out of your mind. Close your eyes for just a second and visualize them. Or maybe it's something more inexplicable. What are you feeling right now? That feeling, that's your key. Because our emotions are one of the most direct channels through which the universe speaks to us. But what exactly is the universe trying to tell us when it sends someone into our thoughts like this? When a person is constantly present in our thoughts, it's a powerful signal. To truly understand it, let me share a story with you. It was a gray autumn afternoon. The wind whispered softly through the trees, and leaves drifted down as if time itself was slowing. Anna, a 35-year-old woman, sat in a bustling cafe, her gaze idly tracing the path of strangers walking by. For weeks, she'd felt an unsettling restlessness, a profound sense that something was missing from her life. It wasn't a lack of resources or love, but something far deeper, something she couldn't even put into words. Yet there was one constant in her thoughts, an old university friend, someone she hadn't spoken to in years, and suddenly she couldn't stop thinking about him. At first, Anna tried to brush it off. She told herself it was just a random occurrence, her mind playing tricks with old memories. But the thoughts persisted. Every single day, no matter what she was doing, the image of her friend would return. There was something about him that left her unsettled, as if there was an unresolved issue, something unfinished between them, even though she couldn't recall exactly what. Finally, one night, as she lay trying to sleep, Anna had a revelation. These persistent thoughts weren't just hers. They were a sign, a message from the universe, attempting to guide her towards something she didn't yet fully comprehend. And that's precisely how the universe often works. Often, the people we can't stop thinking about aren't there by chance. They are there because there's something we need to learn from them, something our souls are meant to understand. Perhaps this person is destined to play a crucial role in your life, or perhaps they already have, but you haven't closed that chapter properly. On a spiritual level, every single one of our connections, every person who enters our lives serves a purpose. And when someone occupies so much space in our minds, becoming a constant presence, we must ask ourselves, what is the universe trying to tell me? In the spiritual realm, everything is interconnected. Every thought, every feeling, every person who appears in our lives holds a meaning, a purpose. And this specific type of connection, where we constantly think of someone, is exceptionally powerful. These are guided by energies that extend beyond what we can see or touch. Perhaps this person is experiencing something similar. Perhaps both of you are connected on an energetic level that isn't visible to the naked eye. But before we delve deeper into that, I want to talk about something absolutely fundamental, the law of attraction. The law of attraction teaches us that what we focus our attention on, what we think about with intense conviction, tends to manifest in our reality. In other words, our thoughts are a form of energy, and that energy possesses the power to draw people, situations, and experiences into our lives that resonate with our vibrations. If you are constantly thinking about someone, it's entirely possible that this energy is drawing that person toward you, whether on the physical or spiritual plane. But here's where things get incredibly interesting. Thinking about someone doesn't always mean you should approach that person or seek a relationship. Sometimes these individuals who dominate our thoughts are there to show us something about ourselves. They are there to reflect some part of our own lives that we haven't yet addressed or fully comprehended. Perhaps this person represents an aspect of yourself that you are denying, or perhaps it's a sign that there's a pending issue you need to resolve within yourself. Imagine for a moment that our mind is like a mirror. Every person we think about is a reflection of something we carry within us. Constantly thinking about someone can be an invitation to look inward, to reflect on what that person is teaching you. Ask yourself, what is this person showing me about myself? Why do they appear in my mind again and again? What lesson or message is the universe bringing to me through this constant thought? In many spiritual traditions, there's talk of soulmates or kindred spirits. These are individuals with whom we share a profound spiritual connection, a bond that transcends time and space. Perhaps you've known them in past lives, or perhaps they are destined to cross your path in this lifetime to fulfill a shared mission. Sometimes these people appear in our thoughts because our souls are seeking to reunite, because there's something we need to learn or experience together. Other times they are there to teach us a crucial lesson, a lesson that might be painful but is utterly necessary for our growth. But here's where the deepest reflection comes in. How do you distinguish whether constantly thinking about someone is a sign from the universe or simply an unresolved emotional need? It's crucial that you learn to differentiate what comes from the soul and what comes from the ego. The ego often seeks control, external validation, while the soul seeks evolution, growth, genuine connection. When you find yourself constantly thinking about someone, ask yourself, does this thought bring me peace or restlessness? Do I feel like there's something I need to learn from this person? Or is it simply a desire to fill an emotional void? Personal and spiritual development is a path brimming with signs, and these signs often arrive through the very people who appear in our lives, whether physically or mentally. Constantly thinking about someone is an unparalleled opportunity to deepen your own growth, a chance to ask yourself questions you might never have considered before. What am I truly seeking in this person? What part of me is seeking to be healed or understood? You can release these thoughts with gratitude, knowing you've learned what you needed to learn. Because at the end of the day, the universe is always working in our favor, guiding us toward the people and experiences we need for our spiritual evolution. Now, I want you to think about that person who has been occupying your mind again. What do you feel now? More clarity? If this video has helped you better understand what you're experiencing, I would absolutely love for you to leave a comment below, sharing your insights. Have you ever constantly thought about someone and later realized there was a deeper meaning behind those thoughts? I'm certain your story could profoundly help others who are going through the same thing. Personal and spiritual development is a journey filled with signs, and these signs often manifest through the people who appear in our lives, whether physically or in our thoughts. Reflecting on someone who constantly occupies your mind is a unique opportunity to deepen your own growth, an invitation to ask questions you might never have considered. What are you truly seeking in this person? What part of you longs for healing or understanding? By deciphering these enigmas, you can release these thoughts with gratitude, knowing you've learned what you needed to learn. After all, the universe is always working in our favor, guiding us toward the people and experiences necessary for our spiritual evolution. Now I invite you to return to that person who has been inhabiting your thoughts. What do you feel in this moment? More clarity? If this perspective has illuminated your experience, feel free to share your reflections. Your insights might offer a beacon for others navigating similar questions. Stay with us to continue exploring the depths of spirituality, personal growth, and the laws that govern our universe. Remember, the connections we perceive are not mere coincidences. Each one carries a purpose. By tuning into these signs, we discover that life is always guiding us towards something much greater. With every step, we move closer to understanding who we truly are and our purpose in this vast universe. If you've made it this far, congratulations. You are part of a select group of dedicated seekers. May our paths align once more.